Motorsports 360 is back in your life, wherever you may be, however you may be listening to us, live from Batavia, New York at Genesee Community College, on YouTube, tune in, and on 90.7 FM. We got a good episode for you today. We'll be recapping the awesome weekend in Michigan and Gateway. We'll also be talking, standalone races, some rookies in the field, and then we'll be previewing this weekend at Sonoma and Iowa. What's up, everyone? Marty Sakala here. Hope you all having a great Tuesday so far. I was actually up in Michigan this weekend for the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series race and the Xfinity Series race. We'll get to those in a little bit, but let's say hi to your panelists for today. First off, we've got Michael Kelly.
Heyo.
I thought I paused that, but I did not. Whoops. So we got Michael. If you did not hear him, he's there. Don't worry. And we also have Jake. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. We got Jake Rogers as well.
I think Jake stepped away.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's AFK at the moment. We also have Cody Smart.
Hello, YouTube and radio world. How's it going today? And I just found out I came in just at a nick of time, just literally a nick of time. The second I join in the call, the show starts in its first second. So I was like, how about that? Sounds like I made some quick moves when I got home. It was literally about 5:04. I was like, oh man, I gotta hurry up here. And bam, here I am. So now I gotta go prepare my picks because who knows how many picks are gonna be taken this time.
Alrighty, if you guys want to be a part of the show, you know how to join us. You know, if you guys want to interact with us, go on to youtube.com/bsports02. Click on Motorsports 360. That's live right now. It's our 20th episode this season, so that's pretty good. And you can talk with us just like what Tristan Night Racing is doing right now. And he says there's some big news. Jeffrey Earnhardt will not be in the 33. Who said? Boris said it's in the 33 this weekend, so that's breaking news for you right there.
He's going to wreck on pit road.
The set head is going to be in Sonoma. Anyway, let's get to the show. We got a lot to talk about today, so let's get right into it. Let's start by recapping the Firekeepers Casino 400 at Michigan, the 49th annual race there. And it was a little bit boring throughout stages 1 and 2. Stage 1, your top 10 was Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth, Clint Bowyer, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, and Jimmy Johnson. Stage 2, your top 10 for that was Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Matt Kenseth, Clint Bowyer, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, and Brad Keselowski. It all got wild on lap 190 when Danica Patrick got involved in a wreck, including Daniel Suarez, Ryan Blaney, and a bunch of other drivers. She finished in 37th and last position. And only 36 drivers finished that race out of the 37. At the end, the race winner, Lightning McQueen himself, because he has Cars 3 on his car that weekend, and that was Kyle Larson, taking the win, leading 4 times for 96 laps, the most of any of the drivers. Chase Elliott will go on to finish second once again. Joey Logano finishes third. Denny Hamlin fourth. Jamie McMurray fifth. Martin Truex Jr. sixth. Kyle Busch seventh. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. eighth. Dale Earnhardt Jr. ninth. And Jimmy Johnson rounds out the top 10. All right, let's get on to the Xfinity Series race. Oh, my goodness. What a race this was from start to finish. You know, when I was at the race, I was kind of expecting Kyle Busch to lead a lot of the race. And what I was doing was I was going to leave if Kyle Busch was winning through most of stage 1. But that all changed because on lap 1, Kyle Busch got spun from Brad Keselowski. And, man, you should have heard the crowd. We were cheering so loud. That was amazing. No offense to Kyle Busch. I mean, I don't really like him because two things. One, he's a crybaby, and two, he competes in the Xfinity Series. Once again, get Cup drives out of Xfinity for a reason, right? But anyway, many drivers involved in accidents. There was a big wreck that took place on around lap number 38 involving Michael Annett, J.J. Yaley, Ben Kennedy. Yeah, I believe those were the only three drivers that were involved in that wreck. Your stage top 10s in stage 1, it was Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Elliott Sadler, Paul Menard, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, Spencer Gallagher. I believe that's his first stage points of the season. Ty Dillon, Cole Custer, and Justin Allgaier. And then stage 2, your top 10 for that was Elliott Sadler, followed by Brendan Poole, Justin Allgaier, Brendan Gaughan, Blake Cook, Brendan Jones. How about these guys that finished in 7th, 8th, and 9th? Ross Chastain in 7th. Who's the old one again? I forgot. Harrison Rhodes in 8th. And how about the 92 team of Josh Williams, 9th in stage 2? That deserves a round of applause right there. Yeah, no one's applauding. And then Denny Hamlin finishes 10th. And then it all got real with those final 10 laps to go. William Byron makes an amazing move on Brad Keselowski, and I believe it was Denny Hamlin as well, to go 3 wide and take the race lead. Byron has the win in the bag until 4 laps to go when Matt Tifft spins out his race car, sending us with 2 laps to go, not into overtime though. William Byron gets a great
back.
All right, Jake's back. So William Byron gets a great restart, and then at the white flag, Denny Hamlin gets the draft on William Byron. Hamlin makes his move coming off of turn 2. They're side by side down the backstretch. Byron, Ryan, Hamlin all the way down to the bottom of the track. That could have helped out Elliott Sadler. He had a chance to go up high, make it 3 wide. He was a part of the battle for the win. Byron had an amazing entry into turn number 3, keeping the race lead, but coming off of turn 4, Hamlin had a lot of momentum going to the inside off of 4, taking the race lead. Byron trying to side draft as much as he can, right him all the way down to the bottom. So close, just yet not good enough. Denny Hamlin takes the win on a last lap pass. William Byron would finish 2nd. Elliott Sadler finishes 3rd. Brad Keselowski 4th. Are we live? Yeah, we're live. I'm just trying to make sure. Brad Keselowski 4th. Kyle Busch 5th. Ty Dillon 6th, Paul Menard 7th, Ryan Reed 8th, Brandon Jones 9th, and Cole Custer rounds out the top 10.
Did you guys see that video of Elliott Sadler being really upset with the TV media?
Yeah, Elliott Sadler, who finished 3rd and took the Xfinity Series points lead, did not get interviewed by Fox Sports at all, and Sadler went on a rant on Twitter because of it. He's probably happy that.
That's because Brad Keselowski, who finished behind him as a Cup driver, got interviewed, but the Xfinity Series points leader, who finished 3rd, didn't get interviewed.
Yeah.
That's why he took issue with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's probably happy that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, now there is a rule in every single race that every driver who finishes in the top 3 must be interviewed and must be willing to answer all questions. Now, this must have happened to Kyle Busch, except he wasn't willing to answer any question. He got fined for it.
Yes.
Now they move on
that
to
was
Elliott Sadler, and he doesn't get interviewed at all. And then since NASCAR derped, they weren't able to find him. So good thing Elliott Sadler never got fined about it. But, man, he definitely took a stand there. I would have done the same thing, too, because that was just NASCAR generally breaking their own rule, per se.
Mm-hmm.
You say they couldn't find him? Or
Well, that Kyle Busch incident, that was Kyle Busch's fault because, number 1, he refused to go to the media center and answer questions, and number 2, he didn't want to be interviewed, and plus the rule is you must be interviewed. And, well, let's remember this as well. Kyle Busch, the Coca-Cola 600 this year, he did an interview with Fox Sports, and then he went to the media center and said, I'm not surprised about anything, congratulations. He did that, so he would not have gotten fined. But then, regarding Elliott Sadler, he should not be fined because of that, because that was not his fault. He wanted to be interviewed. He finished 3rd. He took the points lead. Fox Sports did not do it. They messed up. It's Fox Sports' fault. Thank goodness we're going to NBC when we come to July. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fox is superior in everything.
Fox said they didn't have time to interview the Xfinity Series points leader.
Wow. That's just messed up. I think it's because they had to go to like baseball coverage or something like that.
They had time to interview the 4th place finisher.
The 4th place finisher. You have time to interview Brad Keselowski, but you don't have time to interview Elliott Sadler. That's messed up.
Yep.
Man, Fox Sports must like having Cup drivers in the Xfinity Series then.
I don't know.
Yeah, from the sound of their commentary team, it does.
Well, I mean, they have to be unbiased for everyone, so
Yeah,
you can't
absolutely.
strike the
True. All right, now we move on to the Camping World Truck Series.
Blame the guy in front of the cameras.
Yeah. All right, now we move on to the Camping World Truck Series standalone race at Gateway. Only 3 cautions for 17 laps. 2 of them were for the stage conclusions, and the other one was for the number 50 of Josh Rayome stopped on the track. Stage 1, your top 10 was John Hunter Nemechek, followed by Chase Briscoe, Matt Crafton, Christopher Bell, Ryan Truex, Todd Gilliland, Austin Cindric, Johnny Sauter, Justin Haley, and Ben Rhodes. Stage 2, your top 10 for that was Chase Briscoe, Matt Crafton, John Hunter Nemechek, Grant Enfinger, Christopher Bell, Johnny Sauter, Austin Cindric, Ben Rhodes, Ryan Truex, and Todd Gilliland. The end of the race, Chase Briscoe had a really fast car. He was the only one coming in on the last round of pit stops, the caution flag pit stops. He would rebound to finish second. The race winner, John Hunter Nemechek. Once again, Briscoe finishes second. Johnny Sauter third, Matt Crafton fourth, Grant Enfinger fifth, Christopher Bell sixth, Ryan Truex seventh, Ben Rhodes eighth, Noah Gragson ninth, and Justin Haley is 10th.
I'd like to also point out this is the first win for John Hunter Nemechek that has at least some sponsorship on the truck, because you see DAB constructors on the hood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, now that our race recaps are complete, it's time to get to the headlines from the past week. Big news coming out of BK Racing, especially for all of us here. Oh yeah, let's read the chat first, what they're saying. Julius Anderson's in the chat as well. Okay, so the big news is that our Motorsports 360 owned, not really our own, but we're big fans of him, Alon Day, or as I call him, Alan Day, will be making his Cup Series debut at Sonoma with BK Racing. He'll be driving the number 23 Earth Water Limited Toyota for this weekend's race at Sonoma. In case you guys don't know who he is, he finished in the top 10 and he led laps in a Dodge in the Xfinity Series, and it's a Dodge. So
Wait, I thought it was 13th they finished.
he was running in the top 5 though during that race.
Oh well, I
And
thought you said
birthday, when we wished him a happy birthday on Twitter.
yeah, happy birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, BK Racing gave him a birthday present. Here you go, Cup debut.
Yep. Absolutely. Plus they need
He's
road
gonna win-
course ringers in the
he's gonna
field.
win the race.
Yeah, speaking of road course sprinters, I just got word that
Boris says in the 33, yeah.
yeah,
Thanks to Tristan who broke the news out.
yeah. He said Boris said in a 33 instead of Earnhardt.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, continuing on, speaking of BK Racing, the 83, which is a non-charter car, will not be racing at Sonoma this weekend, according to Bob Pockrass of ESPN. He'll be returning for Daytona. The NASCAR has announced their date and the venue for their postseason Cup Series Awards. The 2017 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series Awards will be held once again at the Wynn Las Vegas on Thursday, November 30th, 2017. This is, I believe, the ninth consecutive year that the Wynn in Las Vegas has hosted the Cup Series banquet. Dave Rogers, who has formerly been the crew chief for the number 19 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series team before taking a leave of absence in March, is going to be named the technical director for the Xfinity Series operations, coming out of a press note from Joe Gibbs Racing. The driver of the 43 this weekend at Sonoma will not be Bubba Wallace, but IMSA Ford driver Billy Johnson will be piloting this machine. Fresh from competing in the 24 Hours of Le Mans, Johnson will make his first Cup Series start this weekend, but it's not the first time he has worked in the sport. He made 5 starts in the Xfinity Series for Jack Roush and scored a career-best 8th-place finish in Montreal in 2012. And he is also notable for getting slapped by Max Pappas at Road America. I believe it was 2013, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it is. That's when they call him Max Lapis.
So there's been criticism for the sport's most popular driver and a former champion by Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart. Stewart tweeted that it was a shame that so many drivers and teams' day was ruined by the result of another debris caution towards the end of the race today. Dale Jr., the 14-time most popular driver, cited on his weekly Periscope post-race reactions that he quoted, "I don't know why they've got to throw so many damn debris yellows," end quote. Scott Mills, NASCAR Senior VP of Competition, explained on the morning drive Monday morning on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio that they use all the resources that they try to identify what it is that is out there, whether it's cameras, turn spotters, and communications that they've got around the racetrack to different people who may be able to see it. If they're actually able to identify what it is and feel like it's something that is okay to leave out there, we'll do so. But if they can't identify what it's exactly and it can pose something dangerous, we'll usually or almost always err on the side of caution and safety and put the caution out in those circumstances. We'll be talking about debris later on, and I'll point out an example going to the Cup Series race at Michigan. That first caution that came out for that garbage bag, well, it was originally on the grass earlier on, but then the wind picked it up and got on the track. That's why NASCAR threw up the debris caution for that. And I don't know if you guys heard about this, but I did because I was listening to MRN radio at the time. But Rusty Wallace said that Goodyear tires cost about $2,000 per set. It was either per set or per tire. And he says that garbage bag wasted $22,000. So I thought it was pretty funny. So, according to a report on Monday's Sports Business Daily, this is big. NASCAR driver Dale Jr. He's in talks with Fox Sports and NBC Sports about joining one of their broadcast teams. According to industry sources, the clearest sign yet that Earnhardt is close to a move to the booth when he retires. A summary judgment hearing scheduled for Friday in the wrongful death lawsuit filed by Kevin Ward Jr.'s parents against Tony Stewart has been canceled as U.S. District Court Judge David Hurd told attorneys that he will rule solely from the briefs submitted. Attorneys will meet Friday afternoon with a magistrate judge to discuss any settlements and talks and options. That's according to Bob Pockrass.
They're still doing that.
Yeah, I know, right? It's been, I don't know, how many years? It's been like 2 years, and we're still talking.
3.
Yeah,
3
nearly
years.
3
actually.
years. Yeah, I'm surprised that the Ward family hasn't been countersued yet.
Alrighty. Congratulations to Joey Logano and his wife Brittany. They are expecting a little Logano, unknown the gender, on around January 11th, 2018. Round of applause to those guys. You may want to keep the round of applause going because I do want to congratulate as well Trevor Bayne and his wife Ashton, or girlfriend. But they have given birth to a son. Levi Jensen Bayne was born Tuesday morning and joins big sister Elizabeth. By the way, I was able to meet Trevor Bayne. I did tell him congratulations on the new kid. GMS Racing is considering a move up to the Cup Series. Team owner Maury Gallagher told Motorsport.com on Saturday the organization would like to make a decision in the next month. They currently campaign 3 full-time Camping World Truck Series programs and 2 Xfinity Series teams. They're the defending Truck Series champion with Johnny Sauter, who currently leads the points standings.
Gee, I wonder who's going to drive in the Cup Series for GMS. I wonder.
Spencer.
Probably gonna be Spencer Gallagher or Ben Kennedy, one of those two.
Now,
It's Spencer.
I don't know.
Spencer.
I don't know. I think it'll be someone else because here's the thing. Gallagher is a rookie in the Xfinity Series. If he was leading the point standings and like winning a few races, he'd most likely be moving up to the Cup Series next year.
What about Elliott Sadler?
Elliott Sadler,
But
he's
his-
staying at Junior Motorsports. I can just see
But
that.
Marty,
Hang on.
the team. Of course he's going to move him up.
I don't know. if his dad, I don't know. I mean, I get his dad owns the team, but I don't think Gallagher's ready for the Cup Series yet, to be honest.
Me neither. He's almost like Mr. Excellent
He'd
there,
get destroyed
baby.
in that Cup Series. So some big news coming out of Hendrick Motorsports. Friday, Jimmy Johnson announced at his press conference at Michigan that he has agreed to a 3-year extension that will keep him behind the wheel through 2020. In addition, Lowe's is extending their partnership with Hendrick Motorsports through 2018. Now, all we need to get back is Chad Knaus to extend his contract through 2020. Michael, how does that
for the next 3 years?
How does that make you feel, Michael?
Excited because I thought he was going to be done in a couple years, but now I know that he still has a few years under his belt.
All right.
Yeah, I think after the 2020 season, he'll retire.
Probably.
Maybe.
He'll win his championship in 2020 and retire on top as the greatest of all time.
8th
Maybe.
champion.
Anyway.
8th, whatever I said, I don't know.
Yeah.
8th championship. You know what I meant.
Yeah, we know what you mean. DJ Kennington announced 5 days ago on Twitter that he will be running at Daytona, driving for Premium Motorsports in the number 15 Exchange Miracle Lord Cole Parks Castro Canada race car.
Mike, you might want to mute your microphone.
Why?
Anyway, some more big news. Sam Hornish Jr., our veteran stock car and open wheel driver, will be returning to Team Penske this summer to compete in select Xfinity Series races, for the team. Hornish is scheduled to compete at Iowa Speedway this weekend and on July 29th, and at the Xfinity Series road course event that takes place at Mid-Ohio, which is actually a day before my birthday. How about that? A throwback scheme has been announced for Darlington for the Cup Series. Casey Kane's Darlington scheme will be a throwback to Jeffrey Bodine. So for those of you viewers who are watching right now on YouTube, I'll remove the webcam, and I will show you guys what this looks like.
Where's Mike?
Yeah, where'd Mike go? I don't know.
I think it was call error because that's what happened to me too. They call error as well.
Yeah, we're
Sorry,
having
I
some.
killed you guys. I'm talking about the webcam. Yeah, I don't know. I think because Jake, you're using the computer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think regarding the computer stuff, that may be why. Okay. So let me just move myself down here like this, and now we're good. All right. Continuing on with the headlines, some tough news to report here. Cody Ware, in case you're wondering where him and his 51 car was this weekend, Cody Ware is suffering from back issues. He has some compression and disc issues in his lower back. He will be sitting out until he is fully healed. From all of us here at Motorsports 360, Cody Ware, you better get well soon, brother. And one more headline before we conclude the headlines here. U.S. Cellular has extended their Iowa sponsorship through 2019. They will be known as the Iowa race. Will be known as the U.S. Cellular 250 for the Xfinity Series. Brendan Gaughan, by the way, will be driving that number 62 U.S. Cellular machine on July 29th. All right, that does it for the headlines. Let's play.
Whoa, hang on, Marty, hang on. So before I move on to the commercial and all of that, I actually heard something from one of my friends on Google Hangouts that it could be a rumor that it will most likely not be true. At least I hope this is not true. That Brad Keselowski or Brad could be moving to the 88 next season.
Wow,
Could be.
that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
it could
then-
be.
No.
Yeah, it seems it's a rumor.
No.
It's a rumor.
It's
a
gotta
Wait a
be
minute.
Roman.
Then wait a minute. Then who's gonna get the 2?
Ryan Blaney, simple. If that happens.
Then who's gonna get the 21?
Bubba
Who's gonna
Wallace,
get-
simple.
It's not usually that simple, Marty.
Yes, it is. Very simple.
Who knows? Brian Scott may come out of retirement just to drive the 21, which I hope doesn't happen.
That's not going to happen. All righty. All right, let's play our public service announcements real quick. We'll be right back on Motorsports 360. Stay with us. All right, so we'll be back. So if you guys are watching on YouTube right now, we'll be back in around 40 seconds or 44 seconds.
Don't forget 2 million likes on this video.
Just so you know, I might be kind of sounding bad, or everything's kind of laggy right now. The internet isn't great in here, but I'll do my best.
2 million likes.
512 subscribers. Or 13.
2 million likes, please.
Here we go. And welcome back to Motorsports 360. Time for everyone's favorite segment now, discussion time. But first, let's get to those viewer messages we have on our YouTube chat. We have someone in here, Mr. Speed. He believes that he doesn't really care about BK Racing. He believes they ruins drivers' careers. He also believes that GMS Racing would not survive long in the Cup Series. And he also believes that someone needs to get John Westelli in a Cup car, followed by the laughing out loud emoji.
Didn't John Westelli retire?
No.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, oh yeah, you're right, he did.
Yeah, he retired and closed down his team.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh yeah, he almost made a Cup start in the 32. It was 2011 in the 32 for Fastlane Racing. They kicked him out and put Jason White in there instead.
Oh wow, that's interesting. All right, now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, discussion time. So for you guys who want to play along with us on this segment, go onto that YouTube chat once again, youtube.com/bsport02. Click on the Motorsports 360 Season 2 Episode 20 video, and you'll see the chat right next to us. And you can also.
Oh yeah, and can we hit 2 million likes on this video?
If we hit
Can we?
2 million likes, I will do my next show from the GCC Student Union. No, that's not good. That's.
And I'll do a face reveal.
Yeah, you'll do a face reveal. Okay.
Yeah, if we hit 2 million likes, I'll do a face reveal.
All right, sounds good. Alrighty.
We'll all do face reveals.
Yes.
That means you, Marty.
So I'll have to do a face reveal for my face then, which I have already revealed.
Yeah.
You did face reveal
No,
like
he'll
1
do
million
a-
times already.
All right, now it's time for some discussion time. So the first question is, let's talk about William Byron. Second place at Michigan, leading most of the final laps in the race until he got passed by Denny Hamlin in turn number 4. So a pretty simple question to start things off. Will William Byron win a race this year? Michael, you're first.
I believe he will win a race, and I think he is going to win it at Iowa.
You believe Iowa. All right. Jake.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I believe William Byron will get maybe even more than just one win. Maybe like 2 or 3 wins before the season
maybe
ends.
2.
Maybe 2.
Maybe he'll do like what Suarez did and win Dover and the Chase or something like that.
And then win Homestead and win the championship.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So yeah, I think William Byron, he's a strong contender for the championship. Understandable, because he's one of the few Xfinity regulars that can keep up with the Cup guys. So don't be surprised if he gets his first career Xfinity win.
Okay, Cody.
I feel like Byron will win a race. I don't know where, however, because I think he'll do really good at Iowa because he won the trucks race there. I feel like he's going to get another top 5, though. Not really a win because I have somebody else in mind of who would probably win Iowa. But I do feel like he's going to win a couple races in the future. 1, 2 races. And I still believe that he's going to win the Xfinity Series championship this season. Just like I predicted back in February, it might not be as much wins as I hoped in my prediction, but I think he'll still win that championship for sure.
All right. I believe that William Byron will definitely win a race this year. What track he'll win in, I'm not really too sure. The best track I have in mind right now at the moment is when it comes to the postseason, because guarantee you he'll be in the postseason. When it comes to that, I believe it'll be Kansas because, number one, that's where he got his first ever Truck Series win. He's really good at the track. And then also, I want to say, let's go Richmond, because that was the last place that the number 9 team won an Xfinity Series race. So, yeah, that's my opinion. So, next question for you guys here on discussion time. is that okay? So let's talk about the standalone races because I love watching standalone races, especially in the Xfinity series. Because for the Xfinity series, it's because you don't see all the Cup drivers in it. But when it comes to the Truck series, I don't know why, but the racing is just so more exciting than any other of the races when we have that weekend. So the question is, it's a two-parter. Should we have more standalone races? That's the first one. And number two, are they amazing to watch? Jake, you're first.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the question again?
It's a two-parter. Should we have more standalone races in the Xfinity series and the Camping World Truck series? And number two, are they amazing to watch?
Yes and yes. Yes, number one, it's because Cup drivers. Usually, you see Cup drivers, they probably be in tracks that are just same weekend as the Cup races, and so they just focus on just go to those instead of like the standalone races like Mid Ohio and those, and same for the Truck series. Although you don't see as much Cup drivers in that series as the Xfinity series.
Okay, let's go to you, Cody.
Okay, so I feel like there should be there should be a handful of more standalone races. I say more towards around the postseason because remember one of NASCAR's new rules in the Xfinity Series: drivers who have been in a Cup Series for 5 or more years are not allowed to race in the playoff races whatsoever.
So
So
far
then
right
what?
now, oh, sorry.
That's no problem. So I feel like there should be at least 1 or 2 more standalone races during the chase, just so because you already can tell that there's going to be no Cup drivers in the playoffs. So why not take advantage of that and bring in a little bit more magic with the standalone races, which pretty much explains my second part. Yeah, they can be a little more fun to watch, especially with the more heated rivalries that happen at Gateway, which we haven't. And Canada, and then some Xfinity races where that somewhat happens too. So I feel like we should get more standalone races. I think it's going to be a little more exciting, and it could be a way how NASCAR can get its ratings back up.
Okay. First off, Cody, I'll mention this. Uh, oh yeah, sorry I said that by my mom because I know I've been saying that a lot and it makes her mad. No, I'm just kidding. Love you, mom. But anyway, the Xfinity Series where the Cup drivers in the Xfinity Series has done nothing so far. Throughout the first 13 races we've had this season, only 2 Xfinity Series regulars have won, and that's Ryan Reed and Justin Allgaier. But anyway, going back to the main question that we are on right now at the moment. They are amazing to watch. These are my favorite races to watch every weekend, especially when the Truck Series goes to Canada. Because here's the thing, we always get some amazing finishes. Go back to their first race in 2013 they had. Chase Elliott, Ty Dillon battling for the race win, and then huge fights breaking out after the race. 2014, we have a photo finish between Ryan Blaney and Herman Quiroga. 2015, Alex Tagliani runs out of gas on the final lap, and Eric Jones makes the pass in the win. And then last year, Cole Custer and John Hunter-Nemechek with a photo finish in the line, nearly wrecking each other. And a big.
They were in the grass too.
Yes, in the grass. And then, especially when they go to Eldora. Eldora is so much fun to watch. One of my favorite races of the year. I love watching that. And then we get to the Xfinity Series races. At Iowa, they're okay to watch. I mean, they're fun to watch, especially one year back in 2011 when Stenhouse and Edwards got together on the last lap and Stenhouse won the race. What else? Road America, that's okay to watch. I would love to see the Xfinity Series go to Eldora one time. That would be fun, especially because here's the thing. The Truck Series at Eldora. You know what weekend that's on? The Indianapolis races. You could easily take out Indianapolis for the Xfinity Series if they did it for this year, and then you could put Eldora in instead of Indianapolis. That's what I believe. In my opinion, Michael, you're up.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see some more standalone races. For one reason, when you have standalone races, you don't have Cup drivers, at least for the most part. You get to see guys like Justin Marks, Sam Hornish Jr., Tyler Reddick, Kyle Benjamin, Noah Gragson. You get to see those guys move up to a higher series and get developed that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, it provides better racing because those guys are trying to take those opportunities so that they can get into the same ride that Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, they want to get those rides. And that provides them opportunities to show what they've got. And if they aren't getting those opportunities, then they aren't going to move up. It's like with what Penske does. They don't do any development driving because their two cars are always driven by Cup drivers.
Okay.
But then you go to Sam Hornish Jr. or, heck, I don't know, Chase Briscoe, if you move him up, you got more drivers falling behind Brad and Joey when they retire or they move on to different teams.
Okay. All right. So next question. This is actually a really interesting question. It may be a tough question for you guys. I understand that. But let's talk about this. So the beginning of the race, I saw a lot of stuff flying in the air. And by that, I mean wrappers and especially plastic bags. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So for those of you guys that are watching right now on YouTube, you guys will understand what I'm talking about. So when you go shopping for merchandise, you usually want your stuff in a bag, right? So here's the bag that you always get. We got a Fanatics bag right here. Got some stuff in it, like my iPhone charger and some old stuff in it as well. Got bunches of the bags, especially empty bags. And then I'll show you guys something else. If you guys missed the parade laps, they did that NASCAR salutes thing once again. I actually picked up an extra one of these on my way out, and a lot of the plastic wrap from that was flying in the air and onto the track. I don't know about the Scotch blue tape, if that was flying in the air as well or not. But yeah, a lot of the plastic bag material was flying. Now, the reason why they did the plastic bag stuff, because in the morning it was raining, they didn't want to get the stuff all wet and stuff like that. So this leads to our questions. It's a two-part question once again. The first question is, how can we get rid of the plastic bags at the racetracks? And number two, what could we do regarding those NASCAR salute cars so we don't have to use that like plastic wrapping paper at all? Jake, you're first.
That is a tough question. I just think have like a sign, catch fence or something, saying no plastic bags beyond this point or whatever. But if they like accidentally accidentally let go of the bags and just goes onto the track, just completely out of their control. That's one thing, but never know. Maybe those fans did it on purpose so their driver could have at least somewhat of a chance to win.
Well, it's I don't know. It's kind of what you would expect from a NASCAR fan who was probably drunk at the time they threw that on purpose just so they can get a caution flag out or something like that. Anyway, continuing on, Cody.
Let's see. So some guys may or may not be throwing debris out on purpose. Now, I was wishing what they can do is just detect the inside of racetrack to see who's actually doing it, and then just penalize that fan. We all remember what happened with that girl at Canada after it was either slapping or beating the heck out of Max Pappas. She pretty much got banned for life. So I was thinking here for a little bit and say, hey, maybe there should be a lighter penalty-ish for leaving debris and sending it out on the racetrack on purpose. So I'm thinking like put out a penalty system there. That's one. For two, I'd say something very similar to what Jake has said about putting signs like no plastic or no debris beyond this point. And just hype up the security amongst that area just so they can catch the people who are throwing the debris out on purpose. So that's all I got to say about it.
All right. First off, I would like to say that the Michigan International Speedway Security does a great job. Every race weekend we have. Michigan's made a lot of grandstand road changes throughout the years. Probably the most notable one was probably, I believe, at the 2010 2011 or 2012, whatever year was that was, where they banned smoking in the grandstands. One of the best rules that track has ever made. Maybe it was ISC rules, the International Speedway Corporation. But here's the thing: if you go to,
we should also mention that Marty was paid to say that. So
no, I was not. I was not paid to say that. I wish I was though. That would be amazing.
I'm with you.
But anyway, if you go to a race weekend at Michigan International Speedway, the front row is packed with grandstand security in yellow shirts. They even have like that caution tape saying, "Don't stand in this area," and they watch it closely, making sure you're not doing anything bad. Because if you do something bad in the stands, whether you climb the catch fence, whether you cause a fight breaking out, you better hide your kids, hide your wife, and you better hide your husband because they're gonna find you, quote unquote, kitchen bed intruder. I was expecting to get some laughs right there, people. Come on. All right, but anyway, going back to the question, there's probably a simple thing to do. If you go to a grocery store or something like that, there are interchangeable recycling bags. Well, I shouldn't say that, but like those like fabric bags you keep, like the reusable bags that you find at like a grocery store like that. Why not just use them for free? The Microsoft store does that for free, man. So, fanatics, why don't you do that for free? If you empty out one of those fabricated bags or whatever you call it, there's a good chance that will not blow away in the wind. Plastic is so easy to blow away in the wind. As for this NASCAR Salutes card, I don't know if Michael remembers this or not, but back in the 2014 Bank of America 500, I went to that race. I know he went to that race as well. We did not know each other back in the day, but they did something similar to that NASCAR Salutes thing. But if I was pretty sure, they used whiteboards with I believe, a dry erase marker on that. Because I remember my mom and I were writing notes to each other because the engines was so loud, and we kept erasing the messages, and they did the same thing. Do you remember that, Mike?
I don't remember it being whiteboards, but I know at the beginning of the race, they had us write on these cards, "Thank you, veterans," or whatever it was. I don't think it was whiteboards though, but it was some sort of writing material that was heavy enough that it wasn't gonna blow away.
Yeah, maybe something similar to that, but maybe probably use whiteboards, and maybe you could still put the wrapping paper on. I don't know. I don't think you would need it just tape because whiteboards won't blow away in the wind. What do you expect from that? Anyway, let's go to you, Michael.
Heck, I don't even remember what the question was. It took so long. Something about the plastic bags, right, and them flying around.
Yeah.
You can put up signs. You can change the type of bag we use. You can do all that kind of stuff. Step up security. The only way you're going to stop plastic bags from flying on the track is if you completely eliminate them. And that's going to be such an inconvenience for the fans that they're not going to do that. I mean, there really is no way to stop that from happening. I remember it happened in the 2016 Sprint Unlimited at the beginning of the race. There was paper flying all over the place, and I don't know where it came from, but they could have blown from everywhere, or anywhere, I mean. People are crazy. What can I say? You're not going to stop. You can put up signs and all that. You're just not going to stop them from throwing stuff out there. You can kick them out. You can do all that stuff, but the only way to stop plastic bags from flying out there is if you completely eliminate them, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think we already got to you regarding the salute cards or something like that. Anyway, let's get to the next question here on discussion time regarding Dale Jr. As we talked about earlier on with the TV booth stuff. He do some commentary for NBC for a few races last year when he was out due to his concussion, and then he did do commentary for the Clash on FS1 this year. If he does join, whether it's Fox or NBC, how big would it be for whether it's Fox or NBC, and how do you guys think he would do? Cody, you're first.
You see, he has experience based out of commentating, and he's done pretty good in the past. I feel like he will continue to do good once he gets selected to be a commentator for whether that is Fox Sports 1 or NBC. But I have a feeling it will more likely be NBC, only because we would not expect Mike Joy or Dale Waltrip to retire anytime soon. So I would expect Dale Jr. to go to NBC instead for the second half of the season. And once he does get selected, I feel like he'll do good. He's commentated for NBC a lot of times before. He could be familiar with nearly everything. So if he does become a commentator for NBC, I expect him to do really good because I know he can.
Okay. All right. Now it's time to get into my Stephen A. Smith mood. All right. So I have to counter on you here, Cody. Dale, I do believe Dale Jr. is a great commentator. We heard his most famous call, probably the 2017 Clash, where he goes on the final lap, we got to crash. But here's the thing. I think, whether it's Fox or NBC, it will definitely blow up their ratings. Here's why. Imagine if the commentary lineup on Fox was Mike Joy, Jeff Gordon, and Dale Jr. Fox's ratings would go through the roof because Jeff Gordon and Dale Jr. are the two most popular drivers in the sport, especially in 2015 when it was Gordon's last year and Jr. once again won it for like the 15th time or the 16th time. But yeah, Fox's ratings would blow through the roof. I mean, the DW, he's probably like 70 or something like that, or late 60s. I'm not saying he should retire. I wouldn't be surprised though if he did retire from commentating. I mean, we could still get every green flag. We could still get a sound effect of him going boogity, boogity, boogity. But I still believe that Junior would go to Fox. However, though, if he did go to NBC, that would be good for him as well. Because here's the thing. I mean, Rick Allen, Jeff Byrne, and Steve Letarte, they're all young guys right now in their prime. They're in their early 40s, late 40s, or yeah, probably early and late 40s. And I'm doing the confirmation from Elijah Max Hedgehog that DW is 70. I don't see any of those guys leaving NBC in the commentary booth because they are both young. They're both young in their commentary lineups, and they are in their primes at the moment. But if you did put Dale Jr. with Steve Letarte together, that would be a great pair because they do have a lot of chemistry together, especially back in 2014 before Greg Ives took over for Steve Letarte when Letarte moved up to the booth. Because Letarte was Junior's crew chief back in the day, and I still think they could continue their relationship on from there. Mr. Speed says in the chat, he feels like DW will go until he can go no longer. Alrighty, Mike, you're up. If he's still there.
Did you call my name? It got really laggy.
Yes, I did.
Okay, sorry. It lagged again. Yeah, seeing Junior in the booth and would probably set either NBC or Fox's viewership through the roof, especially if he went to Fox, because I mean, like you said, Dale Jr. and Jeff Gordon in the booth for 16 weeks. Yeah, that would be pretty insane. But if he were to go somewhere, I would think he'd go to NBC, and then they take Steve Letarte and put him in a sort of Larry Mack role as the crew chief. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would be the best fit for them there. Or, like you said, DW wants to go until he can't anymore. No one said we can't have 4 commentators.
Ooh.
No one said we couldn't do that. I mean, they did that for the Clash. I don't see a problem with it. And I want Junior, after he's done with racing and he's retired, I want him to do whatever makes him happy. I want him to live a great life and, you know, do what he wants. But, dude, I think Kelvin mentioned it a couple weeks ago. With him and Marty and myself who want to become broadcasters and commentators, you're taking our job. You're taking a potential job that we could fill. And I'm not a big fan of that. That's like I saw someone say that with the Cup drivers thing. They were like, I'm okay with that, but I want to be a broadcaster one day. And seeing that and seeing people wanting more of it, maybe they'll want it for all the races, and then I don't have a job. So what am I going to do? And I thought, you know what? That's a really good point. I wish I had thought of that.
I didn't think of that rules analyst thing because I know NBC doesn't really have a rules analyst at the moment. I mean, Letard and Bird probably act as rules analysts as well, combined with the color commentary skills. But I do like your idea of NBC having a rules analyst thing in the booth, like Larry Mack. You could put Jeff Byrne and Dale Jr. together. Once again, if Dale Jr. goes to commentary, ratings would go up in TV viewership for NASCAR. Definitely that. Fox would blow through the roof.
For either station.
Yeah. I don't know.
And Junior, we already saw that Junior is a pretty good color commentator, especially in the Clash. He did a fantastic job. So pair him with Jeff Burton and Rick Allen. I mean, he could really fit in nicely. And Steve Letarte right next to him as the rules analyst and the crew chief for them. I mean, it's like Fox never left, and then you go right back, and then it's like NBC never left, whichever one you prefer.
I could actually see him going to maybe even PRN as well, because here's the thing. PRN, that's the Performance Racing Network for those SMI races that Broomsmith has. Those commentators are Doug Rice and who's the other guy? Not Jeff Strigo, but I forgot that other guy. But they don't have a driver as a color commentator. With MRN, they do, with Rusty Wallace. So I could see him going to, you could add PRN to that lineup, what he could do for that. But I don't know. That would increase radio ratings as well. Let's go to you, Jake. Oh, sorry, Michael.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Jake, you're up.
Yeah, I also think Dale Jr. would be good. Jeff Gordon, I'm not really a big fan of in commentary. I just like the old Mike Joy, Larry Mack, and Darrell Waltrip on commentary on Fox. See, they're not good. I've never been a fan of the NBC commentary team at all. Whether it's Rick Allen or someone else. It seems like Fox has a better commentary team, but adding Dale Jr. to NBC, it would probably help a lot.
Okay. So our final question now for discussion time is regarding our favorite driver on Motorsports 360, Alon Day. So how will Alon Day do in his debut this weekend? So I'm going to go first for this one. Alon Day, I believe he will do good as a performance for BK Racing. I don't expect him to win at all. I could see him right up to as high as the top 25, maybe the top 20. I don't expect him to run in the top 5 unless it is a rainstorm in Sonoma, because the Cup drivers have never raced in the rain before, whether it's Sonoma or Watkins Glen. Alon Day in the Cup Series, we will all be watching that very closely. Michael, you're up.
Give me a second here. Okay. Alon Day. I'm really looking forward to his first start. I wish him all the best. You guys already know that we're huge Alon Day fans. We've been supporting him ever since we started this show. I don't know what to expect from him, but I'm going to guess that at one point he'll be in the top 20, maybe even top 15. I don't know. We'll just have to see how things go with him. But definitely top 20 at one point in the race. 19th, 18th, somewhere around there. I'd expect a solid top 25 finish out of him and that team. But I'm really looking forward to see what he does. Maybe he'll even lead a lap because of green flag stops or something like that. We'll just have to wait and see.
All right. Jake.
He'll win the race and lap the whole field. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, BK Racing is
Life
not...
could be dream. Life could be dream.
Yeah, BK Racing isn't that competitive in the Cup Series. They're a step above Premium, but everyone else, they're just... But I'm expecting Alonde to do okay at best. Probably like a top 25 finish out of there. Maybe lead a lap or two. I don't know. Just Alonde, I know he can finish well. He's finished well in the past with crap equipment, pretty much.
Especially in the NBM Motorsports crew.
Yeah, that's what I mean by crap equipment.
Okay.
And
Cody,
that's all.
you're up.
Okay, so let's take a look at the past debut drivers. Like Ross Chastain, he had a really good run at Dover. Ryan Sieg made his debut, had a really good run at Dover. Bubba Wallace made his debut at Pocono, and he may have improved a couple of positions, honestly. Sorry, I just had to take a drink real quickly. Now, we get two more drivers making their debuts this weekend, and that would be Allende or whatever it is, I know, and Billy Johnson. Now, these two guys have been road course professionals, so they're almost like AJ Allmendinger, honestly. And with the luck that all these debut drivers have, I would expect both Billy Johnson and Allende to finish in the top 30 at the very least, as long as they do not have any problems. Now, to Allende, it depends on the weather. Say it's not raining at all, then I can see him especially finishing in the top 30. I pretty much expect it. But I see him finishing maybe up to the top 20, and that's about it. But then if we have rain, we see Allende having this advantage in terms of rain. And Justin Marks not making his Cup debut. Therefore, I can see Allende doing pretty good at Sonoma and could be a dark horse for the win. So I gotta say that about Allende.
Okay. I do want to bring us something up here. The chat's been talking about this. They've been talking about Casey Kane a lot. Because we were talking about GMS racing earlier on our headlines. Julie asked RTN best SSJ4. He asked real quickly on your answer, just a one word. Casey Kane to GMS. Could you see that happening, guys? Mike, you're first.
The GMS. No. Honestly, I can't see any moves right now just because these guys have been with their rides for so long, but I guess anything's possible.
Okay. Jake.
That's if now since Farmers and Great Clips are leaving the 5 in 2018. Probably. I mean, you never know. Maybe Kane will get the ride at GMS. I know it's not going to be a 23 car because BK Racing, unless no BK Racing switches to 83 and 93. But yeah, probably GMS. Yeah.
Yeah. Casey won't have a ride at Hendrick next year, regardless.
And probably
Okay.
go to Justin Allgaier.
All right. Let's go to you, Cody.
GMS Racing. Now, I feel like they'll probably be aligned with Chip Ganassi, sort of, and they're somewhat linked with Hendrick Motorsports. So it could be a small possibility that Casey Kane could drive the new GMS Racing entry, which I believe is going to be the number 96, by the way. But I feel like the top candidate for that number 96, since it could go related with Richard Childress Racing, sort of, could none other be Ty Dillon. Then have the number 13 just be like, well, we're just not going to align
Cody?
with you anymore. It's somewhat similar to what happened with the family racing the other year. What's up, Jake?
GMS Racing aligned with Hendrick.
No, they're aligned
no,
with
it's GR
RCR.
Motorsports.
It's either RCR or Ganassi.
Okay, so
I think it's because I did see Chase Elliott drive the 23 this year and even won a race.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah,
Ben
for that
Kennedy, who's a GMS racer, drove the 2. So I don't know.
So yeah, I'm gonna say the top candidates for the '96 would probably be either Ty Dillon, Ben Kennedy, and we could probably see Brandon Poole in the '96. Now I know he's not mentioned, but how about this? If Chip Ganassi does not have a third car in the Cup Series next season, they could use GMS Racing's entry like Team Penske is using the Wood Brothers Racing entry, if you know what I mean. So they could probably put Brandon Poole in the '96 full time and see how he does in the Cup Series. And I can pretty much see it right now. Number 96 Chevrolet with his usual sponsors in there. Oh man, it's almost like his number 48 times 2, literally. So I could probably see them doing that maybe. And Brandon Poole could probably have a good rookie season and could battle it out with possibly William Byron and possibly Bubba Wallace for Rookie of the Year next season.
Okay, I gotta play a legal ID real quick, so give us 15 seconds. All right, welcome back to Motorsports 360. So I'm gonna do a segment that's like basically myself, and then we'll get to our predictions. I am going to be talking about my weekend in Michigan. So it was a lot of fun. So it started out leaving the house on Thursday, driving 6 hours from my hometown, then going to Ann Arbor, Michigan. I went to my first ever Hardee's for lunch, had a Frisco burger, along with a milkshake, a vanilla milkshake. That was really good. And I found out on J-Ski a few days before the trip, Ryan Blaney was appearing at a local discount tire in New Placentia. So I decided to go there, and I got to meet Ryan Blaney. So that was awesome. And then we stayed at our hotel. It was a Hampton Inn Suites. When I was coming back from my workout down in the fitness center, I realized there's a huge crowd of people checking in. I realized it's the Joe Gibbs Racing crew that stayed at my hotel. Both the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series teams were at my hotel, along with Virtual Racing, which I didn't find out about that until Sunday. So Friday morning, I wake up, I'm having breakfast, and then going back to my hotel room from breakfast, I meet Matt Teft. He's at my hotel because JGR is at my hotel. So that was really cool to meet him. He was on his way to the track. I was going back to the hotel room to get my stuff all ready. And then we get to the track. I actually had VIP. My family and I had VIP parking for the weekend, which gets you closer to the track. You don't have to take those stupid trams or like a long wait or something like that. Fun fact, I had spot number 88. Go Junior. And then went to the Xfinity Series autograph session. There were, I want to say, 8 drivers or 7 that were at the session. Those drivers were Brendan Gaughan, Brandon Jones, Garrett Smithley, Dakota Armstrong, Harrison Rhodes, Ross Chastain, Dylan Lupton, and Justin Allgaier. Fun fact, when I took my photo with Brandon Jones, Brendan Gaughan decided to photobomb our selfie. So those of you guys watching on YouTube, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about right now. So let's just go to the photos, camera roll, gotta scroll up and find Brandon Jones. So look at that, people. That's just, I didn't even realize that until coming on my way back. Then did some of my shopping. I got this hat. I got a program with a diecast car in it. I got myself a William Byron t-shirt, Eric Jones t-shirt, and a Ty Dillon t-shirt. I did not want any veterans whatsoever because the young guys are taking over NASCAR. I then meet Daniel Hemrick at the Chevy display. Cool guy. I then met some of the ARCA drivers. I met Spencer Davis, Kyle Benjamin, and Chad Finley. And then I was going to go to the grandstands to watch some. Michael, what are you doing? I was going that to.
Look at this
Is
pretzel.
that like a stick or something?
It's like conjoined. It's a pretzel. It's like conjoined.
I can join presto, and those
That's
prestos are
interesting.
almost shaped
It
like
looks so weird.
canes.
Look
They're
how it's
like,
curved.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mike, are you recording? Are you here from your office? Because it looks like it.
Hotel room.
Oh, okay.
But it does kind of look like an office, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. All right, going back to
Yeah.
almost
my.
looks like a
Sorry, I
doctor's
just had to
office,
show that.
honestly.
All
I
right,
just
go.
showed that.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
guys. All right, going back to the segment. Back to my weekend. I was gonna go to the stands to watch some qualifying and watch the ARCA race. However, though, my family realizes that the general admission for the day costs $30 per person, when the next day it costs $20 per person. What a ripoff! No, thank you. Went back to the hotel room to watch some Cup qualifying and the ARCA race. Next day, Xfinity Series at Michigan. We had some great seats in a grid row. In front of us was a railing, so it was easy to get in and out of our seats. Didn't have to walk by people. Just crawled under the railing, and bam, had our seats. What I did not like, though, that every 2 or 3 minutes we had to deal with these super vendors that were selling snow cones, popcorn, in the stands. If you want people to get food, have them walk down to the foyer area, the concession area, and let them get snacks. Okay? I mean, you're obstructing like 50% of the race. And I did not like it. So, yeah. And then, what did I do after the Xfinity Series race? Oh, yeah. I went back to my hotel room and I complained about Byron losing, if you saw my video. Then the next day, Sunday, we had to get to the track early because there were many autograph sessions I wanted to go to. Plus, it's going to be packed with traffic. However, we took a different route than the main route, which was very easy for us. I got to meet many drivers. I went to the Bob Pockris tweet up. I got to meet the Grand Marshals Thompson Square A country duel. Then I went to some autograph sessions. I met David Reagan, Matt DiBenedetto, who remembered me from last year because I was at the tweet up in New Hampshire last year. I also met Trevor Bain. Who else did I happen to meet? I met Jeffrey Earnhardt as well. And then I met Landon Castle, and then I met Steve Coles from MRN Radio. Then we watched the 200 lap, 400-mile race. It was a good race. I mean, it wasn't really the best race. It wasn't the best race of the weekend because, I mean, definitely the Xfinity Series race was the best of the weekend. And, watched the race, same area.
Wait. Did you just say the Xfinity race
I don't know why I just
was
said
the
that. I
best
just
race
said,
of the weekend?
yeah, photo
It's a
finish.
Christmas miracle, guys. It's a Christmas miracle. The Xfinity race was good, and it wasn't a plate track.
But the finish
Yeah, I mean,
was something else.
the finish was terrible. I mean, I didn't like the finish of who won, but it was a good race. Great finish, though.
Don't judge a race on its finish.
Yeah, don't judge a race on its finish. It was great. Yeah. So yeah, and then after the race, I went back to I got in the car, celebrated over the fact that Larson won, and I got to redeem the trip that I missed last year because of college. So yeah, that was my weekend in Michigan. The day after I leave, the day after the race, I leave, go back home, get dressed for work. My first day of work at a baseball. I work for a baseball team, the Batavia Muck Dogs. I'm the DJ there. I control the sound board and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, that was my weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed that story. I'll be editing a video soon of the entire weekend. You guys will like it a lot. 1080p, 60 frames per second, by the way, much that. Okay, now it's time for the moment everyone's been waiting for, the predictions for this weekend's races. So let's give you the point standings now for us after this previous weekend. So Cody is our points man. Our prediction standings after Michigan, our special guest, they have 17. Jake right now is currently 4th with 48. Michael is 3rd with 51. And then we have a tie for first between Cody and myself. However, though, I win the tiebreaker because I win and stole Cody's pick, Kyle Larson, giving me that bonus point. And then Cody, I believe, if I'm correct, he picked Eric Jones, who finished in the top 15. So the order will be Jake, Michael, Cody, and myself. We have a few races.
All right. Before I like to mention, besides Cody Smart, obviously, we picked the first place winner,
the second place
up,
driver,
and the second. We picked the winner, the second place driver, and the third place driver.
That's amazing. Now that scale right there, that's perfect.
Yeah, we were all the king of predictions.
Yeah, you ruined it, Cody. Who finished fourth again?
Wasn't that Martin Truex? I can be wrong.
Yeah, you should have chose Truex.
I was thinking about
Cody
Truex right before I chose Eric Jones. I was possibly thinking Truex, and I was thinking like, I don't know.
Yeah,
And
go back in the
like,
corner.
I'm thinking.
Anyways, I'm gonna go get my diecast.
So we have 4 races. We have 4 races this weekend. Our featured race is the last one, obviously. But anyway, the first race we're gonna do is the Truck Series race at Iowa. If I look at what time that is, and great, never mind, I don't have to. Great. So the Iowa race that is at 8:30 p.m. Friday night on FS1. We have 30 drivers in the field for this weekend. The 99 does return with Brandon Jones, as well as the 52 team of Stuart Friesen. They return, making it a 30-car field. The one team is expected to return as well. That is Jordan Anderson. So that is why we are 30 cars for the weekend. So let's get to it. Jake, are you there? He's muted. Is he there?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your pick to win the truck race?
I'm gonna take a little risk and say Grant Enfinger.
All right, Michael.
You said Michael, right? It lagged again.
Yes,
yeah.
I said Michael.
Okay. All right. Well, heck, I don't know. It seems that, you know what? I picked him last week, and he almost won. He finished second. Excuse me. He finished second at Texas. He finished second at Gateway. I'm going to pick him again, and this time he's going to win the race. It's Chase Briscoe.
I'm going to agree with you on that. Oh, never mind. Cody's up.
Oh, geez. Giving me the points lead now. Anyway.
2 seconds to your pick. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking Chase Briscoe's going to win. He's got the momentum, and his crew chief is suspended for 1 or 2 more races. And apparently, once again, if your crew chief is suspended, you get more of a morale, which I still don't get why that is nowadays. But I'm going to say Chase Briscoe wins. At least he wins before his crew chief comes back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say Chase Briscoe as well. Second place 2 times in a row. He's got to get that win. I guarantee you he's going to win this year after those 2 second place performances. All right, now we get to the next race. It's also a Friday night race. It's the ARCA Series race. They are at Wisconsin. That's at 9 o'clock on MAV TV. Not going to go through the normal entries because they're probably our usual entry list that we have per weekend. Jake, you're first. Who wins the ARCA race?
I'm going to go with Austin Terrio.
Michael?
Make that 2 for Austin Terrio.
Cody?
Is Myers Niner entered into this race?
Nope.
Then I'm going to say Austin Terrio because I have no clue who else to pick.
It's unanimous. I'm picking Austin Terrio for this one.
If he does... Hang on. I had a weird thing with my microphone. If he doesn't win, we all have to do a face reveal.
Okay. Done.
What the heck?
That's done.
I do not agree. I do not agree.
Done. Do it. Do it.
No.
Marty, you have to do it too. So.
Yeah. I'm just gonna rip the inside of my face open.
Take off his hat.
That.
No, I do not agree to
Making
it.
that deal right now.
I
If Austin
know.
Terriot doesn't win the
No,
ARCA race,
no, 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 no,
No, Michael. No.
I'm not ready.
Why?
fine, then we have
No,
to do something
I'll
else
do
worse than
something
that.
else for a face review, which, by the way, I am going to try my best to upload a video on my YouTube account soon, and for some people will be allowed to request on what I want to do for a special that I'm going to do coming up,
You've
which
already
I
done a
might
face reveal, by the
actually
way.
combine it. That was by accident, Marty. That was by accident.
Yeah, you still too bad. Doesn't matter. You still did it.
Let's do
I
this.
didn't mean to do
All
it.
right, Marty gets 24 hours to decide what we have to do if Austin Terriot doesn't win the ARCA race, and then he has to post it on YouTube tomorrow at this time, which it is 4:15. He has to post it at 4:15
No
tomorrow.
face
You
reveal.
mean 5:15?
Oh, 5:15.
No
Well,
face
it's
reveal.
4:14
You
where
don't!
4:15 where I am. So
Okay. All right. So now we get
Marty
to
gets
the.
to decide what we do though.
Okay, done deal.
Okay, Michael, that sounds good.
So now we get to the Xfinity Series race at Iowa. That's a Saturday night race at 8:30 p.m. on FS1. So we got a lot of noble entries because we're not expecting any Cup drivers to be in this one at all. So here we go. Ben Kennedy drives the 2. Scott Legacy Jr. drives the 3. Kyle Benjamin drives the 18. Christopher Bell drives the 20. Sam Hornish Jr. drives the 22. Tyler Eck in the 42, no surprise there. Ty Majeski makes his Cup debut, not Cup, Xfinity Series debut in the 60. And yeah, that's all I got. So, Jake, your
Did
pick to
I hear
win.
you right? Did I hear you right?
I drift.
Three. Scott Legacy Jr.
Oh, wait,
in the
yeah,
3.
that's right. Look at Legacy in the 3, yeah, that's right.
No, wait a minute. Didn't Richard Childers say he was going to give the 3 to either family of his or Earnhardt's?
They'll be in Sonoma. Do you know how long a plane ride is from Sonoma to Iowa?
How long?
Long.
Okay, well,
Like 2 different time
since I'm
zones.
first up, might as well go get it over with. Name Byron.
Michael?
If I heard you correctly, you said they're going to be in Iowa this weekend. You said that right?
Yes. And
Okay.
who got a
Okay.
truck win at Iowa once?
And you know who I said was going to win earlier in the show at Iowa when we were debating about him? William Byron, first career win in the Xfinity Series, and he is going to dominate. Don't quote me on that because he's probably not going to dominate, but he's going to have a great car and he's still going to win the race.
Cody.
I am going to reveal the driver that I was talking about earlier today. I also talked about it yesterday on the NRLA podcast, and I actually had a hard time deciding a driver. But after it all, and I did consider William Byron, but I decided to say that the Master of Iowa in the Xfinity Series will probably win the race, and that is none other than Sam Hornish Jr.
I actually like where Cody's going on this because of all the drivers that are entered this weekend, with the top 30 Xfinity Series averages at Iowa since February 2015, Sam Hornish Jr. has the best average finish with an average finish of 3.5. Oh, that was William Byron. He got a truck win at Iowa, and guess what? If he finished second at Michigan, you know he's going to win at Iowa. William Byron gets the win this weekend. All right, next one is the Formula One Series Azerbaijan Grand Prix at Baku, 8:30 a.m. on NBCSN. I like watching the Baku race. It's fun because it's mostly straightaway races. So, your first, Jake.
So this is F1.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so guys, I want you to take a good hard look at my profile picture. Okay? Are
Okay.
you done?
Yes.
That's my pick.
No, who is picking? Kimi Räikkönen.
Okay, Michael.
Let's see. I can either go with Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, or Kimi Räikkönen. I picked all three of them all year long. Excuse me. I picked Lewis Hamilton last time. I think the time before that I picked Kimi Räikkönen. So let's just keep the rotation going. I'll go with Sebastian Vettel.
Okay, Cody.
Before we make this pick, let's take a look on which has been the fastest manufacturer so far. Because if this theory is correct, and the upcoming racetrack they're going to is a straightaway race where you're not going to have too many corners, and it's going to be almost like an oval, which this is what I'm getting at here, then it will most likely be the fastest manufacturer in terms of aerodynamics and corners that would get them the win. So who's been most dominant on that so far? I don't know because I haven't been watching all the Formula One races. But I did. And who was in that Honda team, by the way?
He's kidding.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Oh, darn it, Jake. Anyway, so okay, throw away that theory then, because I have no clue. So I'm just gonna say Sebastian Vettel.
All right.
Copycat.
You guys are getting one other driver. So, Cody said that when it's a straightaway race, it's going to come down to the fastest manufacturer, right? I mean, when you come to Baku, there's basically all you have to focus on is drafting. However, there's one corner you must focus on. That's that tough corner I always fail on at F1 2016, that video game. But when it comes to drafting, once again, drafting, you don't need to focus on corners. So, drafting. What do you think of when you think of drafting? You think of NASCAR. When you think of NASCAR, you think of Daytona and Talladega. When you think of Daytona and Talladega, you think of anyone can win it. And when you think of anyone can win it, that means Valtteri Bottas is going to win it. So that means Valtteri Bottas wins at Baku.
I feel like you've picked Bottas before.
Oh yeah, in chat, Mr. Speed said Palmer.
He's joking.
I know. He's gonna
All
lap
right.
the whole field.
Next one. The IndyCar race at Road America at 1 o'clock on NBCSN. Jake, you're first.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We had the IndyCar race at Road America.
IndyCar race, yes. Road America. Willpower. Just, yeah. Willpower.
Michael?
Just keep going with willpower, huh? Where's the race at?
Road America.
Oh, all right. I think I'm gonna go with Scott Dixon, because I remember when they were at Mid Ohio when I was watching, he was leading. So I'm just gonna go based off of that and say that he's gonna win.
You the man, Mike. You the man. Cody.
I know.
Let's see. Has Simon Pagenaud won a race this season?
Yes, at Phoenix.
Okay, so I'm going to say Scott Dixon's going to win.
All right. I am going to say Willpower wins. He dominated at Road America. I think he's going to do it once again. All right, now we get to our featured race. Remember, this is the one where you cannot pick the same drivers as your opponent.
Hold on.
The Cup Series race at Sonoma.
I'll be right back.
All right, so it's the Cup Series race at Sonoma, the Toyota Safe Mark 350. That's at 3 o'clock on FS1. Don't forget the order. It's Jake, Michael, Cody, and myself. You guys get your diecast ready. I'm going to get mine all set up.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, I got my diecast.
Okay.
I got like my 4 picks.
Hey,
Just no, not 4 picks. I
Wasn't
could go to
Jake-
my third.
Wasn't Jake?
Party.
All right.
Guys, wasn't Jake first at one point this season?
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Now he's last.
And now
Make
now
your pick,
he's
Jake.
last. Now he's left. Okay.
All right, so this is
Okay.
probably the boldest pick I've ever done in here. Now, when you think of road course,
Hyundai.
When you think of good road course racers, who do you think of?
AJ Allmendinger.
Yeah, the dinger.
Yeah, you think of AJ Allmendinger. You know? Yeah, you think of AJ Allmendinger. You know what else? I'm picking him.
Wow.
Picking him to win.
Oh, face reveal! If you look closely at one little frame, you can see his face.
Oh wow.
No, he didn't see anything. He didn't see anything.
Yes, they did.
I didn't see.
Oh really? Wait a minute. Can you guys hear me right now? Because
Yes,
right
I can.
now the
We can hear you, Mike.
Yeah,
we can hear you,
Okay,
Cody.
thank you.
All right,
Thank
Michael,
you.
you're up.
You didn't see it.
Okay. Cody's still messing up with his face cam over there. Should we just admire this for a few minutes, see if he can figure it out?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Unfortunately, I'm 100 miles away from my diecast, so I cannot use them today. But I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say. That wasn't gonna make any sense. It made sense in my head, but I'm glad I didn't say it. Anyways, this guy had a terrible season last year. But you know what? His career got revived when he joined this team. I've been saying it since we started this show, all the way back at Indianapolis last year, that next year he will be back in Victory Lane. And you know what? It's going to happen this weekend. Clint Boyer goes back to Victory Lane in the wine country.
Okay. Cody.
Oh, where's the diecast?
Yeah, what's the diecast?
Where's the diecast? Oh, wait a minute. I got a diecast. I'll help you out there, Michael.
I told you I'm 100 miles away
I
from
got
my
this
diecast,
one.
so I don't have it.
I'll help you out, Michael.
Already. Cody.
Cody, I picked it.
Please.
I picked
No.
it.
Oh, you do
Michael,
not steal my
that was not my
pick.
primary pick. That was not my primary pick whatsoever.
Okay,
And
good.
it sounds like the streak ended with Michael stealing
What are you
Marty's
saying?
picks. But wait a minute. You can't hear me, Michael?
We can hear you, Cody. We can hear you just
Okay.
fine.
No, it's lagging so bad. I just heard a bunch of mumbling.
We can
Oh,
hear-
okay.
I thought, were
Sorry.
you about to pick Clint Boyer?
No, I wasn't.
Were you about to pick Clint Boyer?
No, I was just helping you
Well, how
represent
come I
him.
saw a 14 car?
He was
I was
helping you.
helping you. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
I
okay.
was not
Thank you,
going to
Cody.
pick Clint
Thank you,
Boyer in
Cody.
the first place. I was not going to pick him in the first place. He was like 4th or 5th on my list of drivers to pick. Now, I'm going to make a prediction right before I say this driver that this driver will be Marty's pick. Because here's what happened previously. If you guys remember back in May, the All-Star race, Marty actually stole my pick, and that was Kyle Larson. That resulted in him being in the points lead. The next week in the Indianapolis 500, I stole his pick by picking Fernando Alonso, and then I take the points lead back. Now we're back to this certain situation, and then Marty steals my pick. But I'm pretty sure right after presenting this certain pick here, that I would have taken Marty's pick again. So this driver has been a dominating driver. Now you can take a guess on 2 drivers who have been the most dominant this season. So one of them's good at road courses and got some wins. One of them does not have any wins whatsoever. And I'm going to stick with the one who has wins. Therefore, I'm picking Truex. Truex to win.
Oh, you're lucky. Guess what? You did not steal my pick, though. None of you guys stole my pick. I had one.
Oh
driver.
my gosh.
I had one driver in the bag. I saved for laughs.
Oh my goodness.
Alon Day's gonna win this weekend.
What the heck?
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You're gonna lose
I'm just kidding. That'd be great if he did. That'd be great if he did, though.
If you want to lose the
Good
points,
job,
you can
Marty.
go ahead and pick them.
But anyway, my pick for this weekend.
He's choosing Boris said.
Yes, I'm choosing Boris said. I have a diecast for that, actually. No, I didn't bring it. But okay, so
It's not Boyer said, Jake. It's Boris said.
all right, so my pick for this weekend. His recent performances at road courses are very good, very good. So let's go over to driveraverages.com. Let's do an average by track type. So by track type, if we look at the road courses, as it loads up on my screen, this driver has the 8th best driver average finish with 12. However, though, last year his driver average in the road courses were 1.5. Finished second and first. So close to sweeping the road courses until one man did the boldest move of 2016 and went off in retirement fashion. However, though,
I know.
the driver that wins this weekend gets his redemption at Sonoma. Michael stole my pick at Pocono. I was so mad, but I can finally pick him this weekend. Denny
You know what? He
Hamlin.
didn't win, so it didn't even.
Denny Hamlin with the win this weekend.
Or
Hooray.
you guys are all
Oh
wrong
my
because-
goodness. Denny Hamlin was actually going to be my second pick, by the way, if somebody were to steal Truex.
Alrighty. So that's going to do it for this episode of Motorsports 360. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Next episode, same place, same time, 8 o'clock, right here. So for Cody, for Jake, for Michael, I'm Marty. So long. We'll see you all later.
8
Oh,
o'clock?
4
Can we
o'clock.
hit 10
4
million
o'clock.
likes?
Goodbye.
4 o'clock. See you all, everyone.
Bye.
Adios.
In the Dodge. In the
Goodbye.
Dodge.
And,
Have
Monday.
a good
Only
one.
on the
This weekend.
Monday.